Hi, this is Igna from LMS365. I'm going to give you a brief learner's walkthrough of using LMS365 inside SharePoint, what we call a browser-based version. As you can see here is basically a plain SharePoint site. So equivalently, when you have LMS365, that will be placed inside your SharePoint. And we come with two main components. That's course catalog and training dashboard. And it's super flexible in the sense that you can place these two components anywhere you want in your SharePoint. It can be as links as I have here. It can be behind the tiles. I also have some information here, some articles and links. So you completely are in full control how you want to design it. You just have to place these two components where it makes sense for the learners to access it. And course catalog is like a library. So as a learner, I can go there and find the different courses that have been published, or I can actually go directly to my training dashboard to see what kind of training do I have to take. So here we have rather simplistic menu on the left side, starting with the overview, assessments, trainings, certificates and skills, transcripts, and points that I can earn, leaderboard, and line manager dashboard. So if you're a line manager, you can see how your team is doing. And each person in your organization gets a personalized training dashboard, basically, that they only see the information that's in connection to the trainings that are assigned to them. And now standing on the training, by default, system shows planned training. So planned indicates that this is what lays ahead of me. And normally that's what learners are most interested in. And in this view, we have the trainings that have been assigned to me. So I either went to course catalog myself, found the course I wanted to take, click enroll, then it appears in this view, or if somebody from learning and development or my online manager enrolled me to. So all these trainings are in this view. So in the perfect world, you could say that this should be empty. This view should be empty. That would indicate that I'm up to date with all my trainings. And the structure goes by a training name, whether it's mandatory or not, the status, and due date, if any. I can also filter to see completed and all trainings. So if I click on all, there will be a long list with all the trainings since the start that I joined the company, all the trainings that I've been taken. And the certificates is also a very common feature to use with, for example, compliance training or reoccurring training. So you add the certificate with the expiration date. And once the date is approaching, the learner will get an automatic notification saying if you want to keep your certificate valid, you need to retake this course. So normally what I do, I filter to see the certificates that are expiring or expired. So that's kind of a logic that now these should be my most important trainings I should focus on if I want to keep the certificates valid, obviously. And the structure also goes by training name, the status, issue date, expiry date, and I can also download my certificate here. In LMS365, we have a certificate builder that allows you to create your own certificate templates. Obviously, it would be your colors, your icons, your background, but the idea is that the system automatically detects the person and the time when the certificate was awarded. So now if I want to go for this course, I simply click on the name of it, and then we're being taken to the course site. The name of the course, description about it, what type it is, what category it belongs to, how long the course is going to last, the course ID, and the person to contact, so basically the course admin, in this case being me. If I scroll below, I can see that this course has been completed. However, the certificate is expiring. So what I would want to do next is to retake this course to make sure that I can have the valid certificate again. Once I confirm retake, the system resets, and now my certificate is planned. So let's just roll and play this course. Same information as before. I click go to learning items and then the agenda and fall. So now we can see that these will be the learning items we will go through. We click start and the first learning item opens up. And in this case, it's a PDF file. Important to note that this PDF is laying in my SharePoint. And equivalently, when you have LMS365, the content that you will want to use will be staying in your SharePoint. Your settings, your access permissions, everything is under your full control, and we cannot bypass that. So your content always in your SharePoint. So now I'm reading through this PDF. I'll just skim to the end and go next. Second learning item in this case is a YouTube video. I'll click on play. It starts going. You can use Vimeo. Microsoft Stream is also very common. And you can see the video is embedded, so I'm not being taken anywhere out. I'm actually staying inside the SharePoint while the video is going. And I'll just skim to the end to move on. Confirmation box. That's a very good way to hand over the responsibility for the learner. So now I have to confirm that I read and understood what was provided. And the idea behind it is that learners are humans. So even if you would try to force them to watch the video, they can click on play and go walk a dog or get a coffee. So there is really no way to control them to that extent. So instead, we focus on the knowledge check. That's where there's a quiz coming. And prior to that, you can give a little, I call it psychological nudge. So I cannot continue until I check this box. So if you really haven't looked at the materials thoroughly, you might get a bit of a second thought. Maybe you want to go back and actually review them better. And you customize this box. You can customize it and use it for copyright purposes, change the text. And for copyright, it's also quite common to say, like, for example, I acknowledge that this is copyright materials and I cannot take screenshots. So it's up to you how or if you want to use it, but I definitely recommend. And another way to test how neatly the learner went through the materials is a quiz. And LMS365 features a quiz builder that consists of 9 different types of quiz questions. And in this example, I used 3 different types, the first being true or false. So there's a statement, I know that says true, and you can add different value of points, basically representing the knowledge. So this question is worth 10 points. After I go next, I can see that I earned those 10 points here. So pretty straightforward. The second type is called matching, where I need to match left with the right. Here's the little numbers are helping me not to mess up in my own quiz. So here we have the beginning of the sentence on the left, the ending of the sentence on the right. We go next. This one is called hotspot. So what you need to do from admin side, you simply upload the image and then you mark the area where the learner would need to press for the answer to be correct. So in this case, it's a keyboard and I need to find the power button. So I believe this is right here. And we move forward. So this was a quick demo quiz, just 3 questions. And as a learner, I get instant results. So I passed. And as an admin, you can control and customize all the parameters. Like, for example, if you want to be extra strict, you can make attempts to only 1 or 2. You can change the passing score to 100%. You can add the timer, how long the person can spend on the quiz, and many different parameters like that. And starting January 24, we added AI capabilities, which allow you to actually ask the system to create the quiz for you. So you basically drag and drop a PDF or PowerPoint, and you ask the system to create the quiz for you. So that saves the Learn365 admins tremendous amount of time. And what we have last, that's a survey. And surveys are commonly used to gather feedback about courses. So now I need to rate the overall experience with this course, the relevancy. I need to evaluate the content and whether I would recommend this course to others. So I thought the course was great. I submit 5 stars and go next. We completed the learning module. We can click continue and see that this was it. I get a congratulations. I can rate this course. I already pre-rated it before. I can add to favorites, or I could just click exit, and then we've been taken to where we started our journey, and we can check now. Everything is green, and now my certificate is valid. So this is how the learner goes through the course using LMS365 in the SharePoint.